where we're going to witness the 1988 Geelong District Football League Division 2 Grand Final between North Geelong and Eastern Suburbs. Welcome, Noel Thom.
Thanks very much, Ron. There's the siren for the start in this 1988 Grand Final. The ball goes to ground. Up goes Widdowson for North Geelong. Gets the tap away. A big pack developing in the centre, but North breaking out of the middle. At the pack forming once again. Here's an infringement. Will be paid to North to Eastern Suburbs. Down it comes to their half-forward line. North will clear the ball away. Away it goes through Hardman out to half-back flank, where it's picked up by Simpson. Simpson gets it across further to his teammate in Mellington. Mellington up towards centre wing, where Eastern Suburbs has stepped into mark.
Yes, Bertie Van Bar, the centre half-back for the Eastern Suburbs side, takes a timely mark on outer wing. Kicks the ball to centre half forward looking for Ruder. He can't take the football. There's plenty of numbers there for North Geelong. Players throwing themselves at will. The umpire's whistle has sounded in Gary Kerr. No, that is actually Graham Turner with the play, and Eastern Suburbs come out with the free kick. 60 metres from goal. Oh, the kick's into the man on the mark. He butters up nicely too in key. Forces the ball out to his running teammate there in Mellington. He kicks the ball off the carpet, looking for his teammate there in Alford, but Neil Alford can't trap the footy, and the boundary line beats all players, and a boundary throw-in to take place out of side of the ground, centre wing position.
From the throw-in, there we see a ruck infringement McCormick's way, and McCormick of Eastern Suburbs will take the free kick. He's on centre wing, goes towards the half-forward flank. There's a lead out there from Kados, but the ball has been kicked wide and out of bounds on the full. North Geelong will relieve the pressure with a free kick from half-back flank. Back it comes now, holding up in the breeze, up towards centre wing. Oh, there's a good strong mark in the pack, and it's Keane who's taken the mark for Eastern Suburbs. Gets it into the centre. Here's some handball. Eastern Suburbs into attack up onto their half-forward, or towards the half-forward line. Canellis was a chance. He loses possession, but a teammate, Rundle, breaks through brilliantly. Strong play. A great tap on there for Eastern Suburbs. Gives them a chance, but a great smother there by Bellwood. Out it goes to the half-forward flank. Bellwood's followed it up. Good defence from Bellwood. Out it goes now to centre wing. Hand pass comes through, and Travascus takes the ball away onto the half-forward line for the Magpies, only to see them held up, and a mark will be paid back there, and it's going to be paid to Stokes.
Must be in front, Malcolm Key. Caught behind on that occasion, Noel.
Yes, he's certainly kicking into the wind. You've got to be in front.
Okay, the big lead there from Timmy Schwartzman. He comes in and picks the ball up again. Kicks to half forward, looking for his teammate there in Alford. He got the football. Feeds a nice hand pass out to his teammate, who gets a quick kick. But unfortunately for him and North Geelong, a nice mark has been taken. He plays on, gives it to his running teammate, who kicks the ball to centre half forward. A big leap from Grondazovsky, and Peter Grondazovsky has taken a fine grab.
He should be playing soccer, I think.
I think he should be too, Noel. Anyway, he's a nice kick of the football as well. Looking for the big fella there up at full forward, Rick Stokes. He can't take the football. North, though, steady through the agency of Mellington. Goes to the centre of the ground, and a nice mark has been taken by Whitson. He plays on. He gives it to the running Alan Marsh. He kicks up to full forward. Oh, it's a lovely football here. There's plenty of people about, but great football. Roger Cantwell in the cool and the crisis gives it across to his teammate, but unfortunately for the East and Brad Meehan, unable to trap the football, and again beats the ball out of bounds right in the forward pocket for the North Geelong side.
Throw in the Maggies forward pocket. Up high was Alford in the ruck, but the ball's come Eastern Suburbs way, back towards their half-back flank, only to see North Geelong in the way, and unmarked there was Armstrong. He's given the ball over to a teammate, but once again,
I think that was
yes,
no, I think that was Dennis Hines, the captain's coach. A little bit hard to pick up from this distance, but yes, number 6 it was.
So out of bounds again on the Magpies half-forward flank on the 50-metre line. Here's Eastern Suburbs doing well in the ruck as the kick comes back towards an unattended North Geelong player. I think it may well have been Timmy Schwedderson, who's put the ball into the half-forward line. And North Geelong looked like going into attack again from the 50-metre line. Looking for leads up forward. Pretty crowded up there, but here's a short lead and a good, lovely mark from a good lead too. And again, it's Alan Marsh who's taken the mark at centre half forward. He'll kick from just inside 50, kicking into the breeze, and take a very good kick to score from here, but he seems to fancy himself. He's gone back, taken a lot of time over the kick, and has put the ball on its way. A beautiful kick off the boot, and I think it's gone off the hands of the pack. The wind did drag it across, and through it's gone for the first score of the game on the Bayview Hotel scoreboard. we see North Geelong 1 behind 1 point. Eastern Suburbs yet to score. We've been playing 4.5 minutes.
Okay, waiting on Brad Meehan, the big fullback for the Eastern Suburbs side. A lovely looking drop punt, goes 75 metres. Tony Schwartzman, he comes in, can't trap the football under lots of pressure, and again the ball to be thrown in on the half-forward flank, out of sight of the ground.
I think there'll be a lot of play on that side today.
I'm sure there will be,
the wind blowing fairly strongly across the ground and forcing play onto the defensive wing out there.
Exactly. Back to the football now. Fumbling the ball too on that occasion was the centre half forward in Neil Alford, and again a boundary throw in to take place about 45 metres in the dead forward pocket for the North Geelong side. Oh, big leap, but it goes straight to Alan Marsh. Quick kick up the full forward, and the big strong arms of Bertie Van Bar takes a fine mark in the last line of defence for the Eastern Suburbs side. Van Bar now kicks the ball long. It's a lovely looking drop punt, looking for, oh, that fella again, yes, Alphabet, Grozdanovsky couldn't take the football. Hardman, though, he backs his judgment and runs through, takes the hand pass, didn't steady, though, upon disposal, and has forced the ball out of bounds on the full and allows Eastern Suburbs to relieve the
wind
pressure.
gets them, Ron, they just go.
Exactly, yes, it's going to be very hard to, they've got to try and keep the play on this side of the ground if they can to kick goals, as we see the ball again float over to the dead side of the ground. Umpire Gary Kerr has painted infringement, and Terry McCormick, the ruckman for Eastern Suburbs, takes the free kick. Oh, lovely mark. Put the one hand up on that occasion was Peter Canellis, and he's taken a fine grab at centre half forward. He looked for Stokes. The wind has just absolutely wrapped the ball. Coming to Rundle, he was put out of operation. Oh, coming to that quick snap at goal was the big fella there for the Eastern Suburbs side in Chris Kalos. But unfortunately for him, it's just grazed the woodwork, and the minor score is recorded, the first goal for the Eastern Suburbs side, and we see now that the Peter Johnson Bayview Hotel scoreboard all tied up, 1 point apiece.
Here's the North Geelong team taking the ball. It's kicked in by Birch. Big lamppost gets it back towards the half-back flank, but Eastern Suburbs have the numbers there, and held when not in possession will be Eastern Suburbs captain coach in Sponner, and Sponner will kick at goal. He's kicking from the defensive side. He'll be kicking a little into the breeze, but Eastern Suburbs would be favoured by the breeze. No, Sponner's gone short. There's a lead up there from Stokes. Stokes can't gain possession, but the ball's come out of the pack. A long kick down into the pocket. Out of bounds on the full it will go, and North Geelong will relieve the pressure with a free kick being paid in the last line of defence. It'll be Alan Marsh once again, and he's been everywhere early in the game.
My word, a very experienced campaigner, Alan Marsh, a veteran of many games with North Shore, and I'm sure he'll be serving North Geelong with plenty of gusto this afternoon.
Well, here's Marsh now, right beside the behind post, moves in, kicks towards the half-back flank, kept the ball low, but he's found a teammate too in Hines. Away it comes now with a good chain of hand passing. Hardman gets the ball into the middle with handball. It's gone to Bellwood. Bellwood kicks out wide towards the wing, but this has let the Suburbs in. The Eagles are in, but they've lost possession now. A chance now for Cook to gain possession for North Geelong. He sees a loose man on the half-forward line. Up it goes to Dragovic. Dragovic kicks in towards goal. Oh, flying high was War. Couldn't bring the ball down, and it goes out towards the back pocket, pushed further on by the defence of Eastern Suburbs, but War's followed the ball up well. He grabs it, pushes it forward towards the North Geelong scoring area, or just inside the 50, and it's gone out of bounds. A throw-in to take place. About 7.5, 8 minutes gone. Scores a level here at the Western Oval, 1 point apiece.
Okay, back to the footy now. We see Brad Meehan clear the ball away for the Eastern Suburbs side and find the big arms of Terry McCormack. He plays no time. He gives it across the foot. He's copped one a bit high. Plays allowed to continue though. Big strong arms there of Mellington. Feeds a hand pass out. Schwartzman, he gets the football under a bit of pressure, kicks hurriedly, and goes straight into the arms on this occasion by Johnny Perello for the Eastern Suburbs side. Oh, he's brought the ball right across to the member side wing. Plays allowed to continue. Sponner uses his strength. He gives it across to his teammate there in Canellis. Canellis has kicked a half forward. Rundle in front, couldn't take the ball. Coming through strong. Oh, been held in too high without the football was Steve Simpson.
Big tackle from Kados there.
Just about ripped the head off of this youngster is Steve Simpson, but nevertheless, he's got the free kick on half-back. Kicks to the members' wing. Over the top and a big leap there was Warren Marnie for the Eastern Suburbs side. Fists the ball down. Picking it up now was Bellwood. His quick kick to half-forward. Eastern Suburbs through the agency there of Roger Cantwell. Picks the ball up, kicks it long. No one in particular, though, can take a decisive grab. It now comes to Simpson. He's leading possession. Was tripped by that player there in Ruta. And the umpire, Gary Kerr, right on the scene. And Steve Simpson will take the free kick.
Simpson goes in towards the middle with his kick, looking for the high flies there. Oh, great mark too. It's the ruckman there in Widdowson who's taken the mark. Hand passes on to Marsh once again. Oh, he's outnumbered 3-1, loses possession. Eastern Suburbs into attack here. Here it comes up forward to Stokes. Stokes will shoot in towards goal. It's a vacant goal area, but the kick was way offline and hooked around and has gone out of bounds just beside the behind post. At the church, or not the Church Street end, the other end. You'd call it the northern end, I guess.
That's the one.
So it's out of bounds, thrown back in. Oh, man on his own there, picks the ball up from the ruck in Grozdanovsky, has a quick kick, it's smothered. It's picked up now by his teammate, and a left foot snap at goal.
Oh,
Wait
David
on the goal.
Peters.
It looks good. And it was Peters who had snapped the first goal of the game. It's taken us 10 minutes, but Eastern Suburbs score first blood in the goal area as Peters snaps the first for the Eastern Suburbs team. They lead 1-1-7, leading the Magpies 1 behind 1 point.
That's proudly brought to you by Peter Johnson of the Bayview Hotel, approaching the 10-minute mark of this first quarter of the Division 2 Geelong District Football League Grand Final. Waiting on umpire Graham Turner to commence football again here at the Western Oval. McCormick all over the top. Whitson thumps the ball down. It goes straight though to Eastern Suburbs players. Schwartzman though, he gets the ball. That was Tim. He finds Alan Marsh. Kicks Harry to half forward. Oh, and a fine grabber in front of his opponent. I think on this occasion was the half forward flanker. Just trying to pick him up. It could be Mellington, I think. Anyway,
I'm not sure about that one, but he's...
Number 35, Milson. He kicks to the full forward zone, but a fine grab has been taken by Roger Cantwell in the last line of defence for the Eastern Suburbs side. Not sure what to do with it, Roger. Decides to go to the outer side again. The defensive side of the ground, looking for the big fellow McCormick, but again the boundary line beats all players and a boundary throw-in to take place.
Yes, Eastern Suburbs are defending out on that dead wing. Successfully defending there, but I think if they're going to score goals, they'll have to try and attack from this side,
yeah, you're right,
stand side of
well, they are using an advantage of the breeze, Eastern Suburbs, and they're not going to kick goals from that side of the ground.
They'll never kick goals from out there on this ground, as we see a little bit of indecision here amongst players, umpires and commentators, but eventually it's McCormick who takes the free kick for Eastern Suburbs, kicks to the half-forward line, but is well held up by Hardman, who takes a good mark for North. He kicks towards the half-forward line, still on the defensive side. Almost a mark there, could be paid and should be and would be and has been paid to Eastern Suburbs. Perello it is, who takes the mark at half-back. He comes in towards the centre. There's a huge pack there. Oh, what a great
What's
grab.
got to be the mark of the day so far?
He went like Nana's washing. It was a terrific mark. And played on up towards, I'm going to tell you who took the mark, if it kills me. It was Martin Widdowson.
Beautiful football. Beautiful football.
Here's a bounce at centre half forward. The Northerners into attack. But from there's Marsh in there, or Hines in there again, fighting hard for North Geelong. Umpire's blown the whistle, but he's not going to give Hines a kick. He will bounce the ball at centre half forward.
Okay, very entertaining stuff from Noel Thom there. Well, Nana's washing, eh?
I've got to tell you, it was Timmy Schwennerson that took that big mark too.
Oh, I think you might have been right the first time as play goes on. Anyway, coming through again, Simpson very strongly, has the kick smothered. Marsh, though, gives support. He goes backwards to his teammate there in Travascus. Travascus goes to the centre of the ground, looking for his teammate there in Cook, but unfortunately for him, chipping in for the Eastern Suburbs side, I believe it's the centreman there in Lovell. Lovell now kicks the ball to the member side of the ground, looking for Stokes in front. Couldn't take the football. He's got support, though, by Caranelis. He gives it across, looking for his teammate in Kados, but he's got support also. kicks to the full forward zone. Great mark to this fellow in Peter Grozdanovski.
He can take a grab, can't he, Grozdanovski?
Grozdanovski has done very well, I believe, in the local Best and Fairest award, I think.
Can he spell?
And, you know, he's been very damaging in past games across the half-forward line. He's kicking from about 12 metres out from goal. Nonchalantly wanders in, pops the drop punt right through the centre, records his first goal for this afternoon. Eastern Suburbs second, as we see now that the Peter Johnson Railway, get it right again, Ronnie Brain.
Bayview.
The Bayview Hotel. We see now that Eastern Suburbs move on to 2 goals, 1-13. A 12-point lead over the North Geelong side, 1 point.
I've got to tell you, Ron, that was the first attacking move by Eastern Suburbs that came down on this attacking flank, and it paid dividends. I hope North Geelong's brains trust are watching them.
I'm sure they will be, and I'm sure that North Geelong will make much more use of this 4 to 5 goal breeze, as it's taken nearly 15 minutes for the Eastern Suburbs side to record their second goal, and only time will tell, Noel, in the second term how North Geelong can handle those conditions.
Well, I'm sure Geelong's fabulous Magpies aren't used to being in this position. They're down at the moment, and they haven't been down often. They've led in most of their games right from the word go, but they're trailing in the grand final first quarter as the centre bounce sees the Eastern Suburbs side bring the ball out to the attacking flank, but it's attack repulsed by Hines, who kicks to the half-forward flank, and here's a chance now for North Geelong if they can keep the ball in play, but that won't be the case. As the boundary umpire signifies that the ball is out of bounds between centre wing and half-forward flank. Here's the throw-in, and there's an infringement in the ruck there. There's a Northerner down. It's Alford who's down flying for the ball. He receives a free kick on half-forward flank. He's in a good position to put an attacking move together here. What can North Geelong do? He kicks long, right up to the flank. Here's the big leap from Schwennerson. He couldn't bring the ball down. The ball's in the goal square. It sets off the ground, and it's Schwennerson, Tim Schwennerson, who records the first goal of the game to the Magpies. Schwennerson recovered after flying high for the mark, couldn't bring the ball to ground. You saw it all on TV. You saw that Schwennerson put through the Magpies' first goal, and they are now 1 goal, 1 behind, 7 points. They trail Eastern Suburbs 2 goals, 1, 13 points. We're about midway through the first term.
It's amazing, Noel, isn't it? The bounce of the football can make you look so much better.
So good, that's right. But, well,
it's a great goal to the youngster. Okay, up for the football was Travaskis. No one can take a decisive tap. Coming through strongly again for the Northerners was Mellington. He's got good support also by Simpson. Simpson kicks to half forward. Oh, great mark has been paid to the half back for the Eastern Suburbs side, and I think that could be Chris Kados.
We might get blown down from up here.
Eastern Suburbs look again to be tangled up or tied up on that dead flank.
Yes, you're right. As I look for Rundle at half forward, he can't take the football. Again, there's plenty of North Geelong people about the footy, as we see Milson now. Well, sorry, just checking his desk. That is right. That's Dave Milson take the ball out of bounds, and we see now a boundary throw to take place on the outer side half forward flank for the Eastern Suburbs side. McCormick doing battle, wins the tap on this occasion. It's well trapped though by Northerners Milson. His quick kick done, he travels a short distance. Eastern Suburbs through Katos, kicks hurriedly to half forward. But in the van is the old stager there at Tony Schwartzman. He's under a lot of pressure though. Plenty of people throwing their weight around as Terry McCormick's given a free kick away. And we'll see Stewie Hardman take the free kick. Goes to the centre half forward position, but unfortunately for him and the North Geelong side, a nice mark has been taken by just picking that player up was Warren Marnie.
Suburbs have got Eastern Suburbs got the message here, I'm sure, because they've brought the ball out wide onto the flank looking for Sponner, but the umpire has ruled that things weren't quite in order. He has brought the ball back, and we'll see that Key standing on the mark has almost between centre and centre half forward as the Suburbs go into attack. A big high kick being pulled up by the breeze now as the punch away from fullback Birch was good football. Out it comes, and North Geelong will break away through Bellwood. He goes in towards the centre and took it a little bit easy, too easy there did Milsom. Allowed Eastern Suburbs in as they take the ball out towards half forward flank on the outer side, but over the line it goes again before Alan Rundle could gather in for Eastern Suburbs. So a throw will take place on the outer half forward flank. Eastern Suburbs into attack. Here's the throw in. no one can get a decisive knock away in the ruck. Going down to ground there was Canellis, and I think Canellis may well have been interfered with. He'll receive the free kick for Eastern Suburbs. He brings the ball in, centering it a little bit. Oh, the wind's dragging it back into the pocket, but oh, there's a chance there for a big mark to Grozdanovsky again. Couldn't drag that one down. Sean Keys is in the way. He rushes the ball over the boundary line, and the throw-in will take place in the forward pocket.
Looks pretty impressive, this Peter Grozdanovsky.
He's one to worry about, I think, for the Magpies. He certainly can get off the ground and hang on to those big grabs. He could cause them trouble. Here's the ball still in the Eastern Suburbs forward pocket. There's some very congested play going on down there, and the umpire will move in, bounce the ball, only 15 metres out from goal, but there'd be 15 players around the ball too. It'll be very difficult to score here. Odds on a rush behind.
The big fella over the top punches the ball to the boundary line. Good defensive football by the youngster in Martin Widston. Quite a promising football career ahead of this youngster, I believe, too, Noel.
Yes, Widow's doing well, but always beaten for
Stokes, the big fella Stokes, the full forward, is quite a big frame. The ball comes now out to Hines, the captain coach. He's quick kick to half forward. Is not marked there by Middleton. Plays now congested again, and umpire Turner's called for a bounce on the outer side half forward flank, Eastern Suburbs attacking zone. Approximately 50 metres from the Eastern Suburbs goal. It's a good bounce. It comes down. A quick kick is well smothered by the Northerners. Throwing their bodies in desperately. Umpire has picked one out of the hat here, and it's going to Mel Key. Key now. Kicks the ball long to the outer wing. No one can take the grab. McCormick for the Eastern Suburbs side. Kicks hurriedly to half forward. Again, plays going in very strongly for the football. It comes to the direction of Warren Marnie. He overruns the football. Sponner, good football, hand passes, but the bounce is not a favourable one for his teammate on that occasion was Peters, but he's got good support from Marnie again. Peters kicks the ball off the turf. Bellwood, though, for the Northerners, relieves the pressure. Coming through strongly was McCormick. The bounce favours the little fella there in Midson. There's been a high tackle on him as well, and Gary Kerr has picked that one up, and he's going to pay the penalty down the ground. And I'm sure that...
Yeah, I think McCormick had infringed after the incident was all over, and McCormick wanted to go on with it. So the Northerners have taken advantage of that. A free kick will be given to Milsom. He's just on the attacking side of the centre, goes straight up the ground. There's a pack forming. Oh, War's in the middle of it.
What a great
grab. And he's taken the grab.
It's on.
And it's on. Yes, well, this had to happen. There was no doubt that this was going to happen sooner or later, and I thought probably sooner than later. But there's a big shamozzle going on up there now. It's fair dinkum too, some of it, and it's a shame because this could upset, well, we're not sure which side it'll upset. North Geelong are in a great position to score. They're already 1-1 against the Breeze, and War's taken a great mark, but now there's 36 players, 4 umpires. Here comes a runner to get into it too.
Can we make it 35? Have a look at Gary Birch down here at half back. Get on you, Gary.
Well, he's been injured, and he doesn't want to run all that far to get into it.
Well, at his stage of life, mate, I think it's probably wise that he stays back and watches.
He's showing a fair bit of sense, isn't he? It's fair dinkum up there too. There's some big ones.
Oh, it's just going. It is on.
Well, when they go. They just go, don't they?
Oh, it's like TV ringside, this. It is unbelievable.
This is crazy stuff for a grand final, fellas.
Well, as you said, Noel, it's taken 15-20 minute mark of the first quarter.
Yeah.
Is the book out, fellas? This has happened. I expected it actually to happen a little bit earlier.
I thought it could well have happened early. I believe there was quite a bit of feeling before the game. There's been 1 or 2 statements made, but it's taken 20 minutes. It's well and truly happened now, and I think the book may well have... it should have been out. If it hasn't been out, I'd be very surprised.
I think this could be the longest football quarter on history. That will probably go for 45 minutes after.
Well, we're lucky over here at Geelong West. They've got the lights, and if the game goes into the night, we'll be right. We'll be able to see it.
And there's plenty of beer in the fridge as well, but we shouldn't say things like that on air, should we? No.
No, I'd suggest that we could probably have time now to slip down to the Bayview for a quiet one.
Sounds like a great idea, because that lovely publican of Peter Johnson would only be too pleased to see, so I'm sure.
Well, the umpire's having a lot of trouble sorting this out. The goal umpire is up there and he's chatting away about...
I think the umpires, Noel, would need a bloody dictaphone, wouldn't they?
I'm wondering if they're just talking about what they should be voting in the referendum. I don't think there's anything too serious being said. believe that I saw too many names being written down, quite frankly, but War's got the mark. And let's get back to the football, remembering that North Geelong are kicking against the breeze. The breeze is definitely favouring the northern ender here at the Western Oval. War has got a 50-metre penalty, which makes it an almost certain goal for him, and he's kicked well over 100. He won the league goal kicking, I believe, this season. So here's a chance to bring North right back into the game to level the score, and he's made no mistake. So well done, Chicken War.
26-minute mark.
26 minutes gone. It'll be a pretty long quarter, but into the time on period, and we see the scores are dead level on the Bayview Hotel scoreboard. 2 goals won, 13 points apiece here at a pretty fiery game at the Western Oval.
Well, very entertaining stuff. I mean, it is a grand final, and you do expect these sorts of tactics to take place, because I'm sure Eastern Suburbs, knowing that they're not as much ability as their opponents, are going to have to try and upset them early now.
Well, yes, they've been beaten by them on every occasion they've met this year. In fact, North Geelong are going for the championship, so something had to happen. They had to try and straighten them out.
Okay, back to the footy now, and McCormick taps the ball down to the direction there of his teammate in at number 8 for the Eastern Suburbs side. They're not listed in the program either, unfortunately, but I think it could be the Cinnamon Lovell. Okay, back to the footy.
Travascus was
Oh,
up.
yes, but that tackle was too high, yes, and the young fella, I think it is number 35, is it? No, Steve Dragovic, I could be. Number 9, kicks the ball to the member side wing. Good football, North. And a nice mark has been taken by Bellwood. Bellwood now goes to half forward, keeping the ball on the attacking side of the ground. But unfortunately for the North Geelong side, the boundary line has beaten all players again, and a boundary throw-in to take place around about 70 metres from the North goal.
I think Dennis Hines' instructions to his team have been pretty good. North have tried to get the ball out onto this attacking flank when coming forward, and it certainly paid off. Kicking against the breeze there, levelled the scores at this stage. Here's Hardman taking a mark in the centre, and he's just belying everything I've just said by going to the defensive side, and he won't get away with that either, as Eastern Suburbs will bring the ball out of defence back towards the centre. A chance for Travascus to mark unopposed, but the umpire's blown the whistle. There's been a little bit of shepherding, and the free kick will be paid back to Hardman. Hardman now for the fabulous Magpies. Geelong's fabulous Magpies. Into attack. Alford a chance. He brings the ball down. He's tackled.
Oh, great
It's a long handball away. Dragovic knocks it on. Who's waiting out wide for it? It's behind the player. I see an Eastern Suburbs player down, but big packs developing there. North couldn't break clear as the ball's on the ground. Alford's with it, and the umpire will ball it up half forward flank, or just on inside the 50-metre line, about 10 or 15 metres, in an attacking position for the Magpies.
It could spell trouble for Eastern Suburbs, Noel. It's Bertie Van Bar, the centre half back for them, in a bit of strife, but nevertheless, play's allowed to continue now as we see Dragovic come through, tries to get a quick kick. There's been a free kick though. Some undisciplined football by the Eastern Suburbs defence has jumped straight in the back of this particular player for the North Geelong side, and we're just trying to pick that player up. Kicking from about 35 metres. It could be...
It's Dennis Hines.
That is Dennis Hines. Thank you very much, Noel Fanning, on the camera. Number 6, the captain coach for the North Geelong side, kicking from about 35 metres. The drop punt. It looks good off the boot. It's a lovely kick for goal. Splits the centre. His first goal for the afternoon. North Geelong's third, as we see now the Bayview Hotel scoreboard show that North Geelong 3-1-19. 6-point advantage over the Eastern Suburbs side, 2-1-13.
Well, that's a great goal to North Geelong, and a great first quarter here. We're into the time on period, and North Geelong with a 6-point lead against the breeze will certainly have the Eastern Suburbs a little bit worried at this point. Here's the centre bounce once again, and this time the bounce favours Peter Canellis of Eastern Suburbs. He goes to ground, tackled strongly by Tony Swenison, and another bounce will take place in the middle. It's the bounce once more. Up fly the ruckman, up high was McCormick for Eastern Suburbs, brought the ball down, but again North Geelong and Eastern Suburbs, with a lot of players around the ball, are finding it difficult to break clear of the centre, and another bounce will take place, the third within 30 seconds. Here it goes again. Whoa, there's a little bit of shepherding in the ruck. Has to be a free kick.
Well called, Noel Tom.
It's Travascus who'll take the free kick. Oh, he's in trouble, but he breaks away. A hand pass across to Tony Swennerson, who kicks wide to the half-forward flank. Another lovely mark.
Oh,
Could
he's
well
let
be a
one go
50-metre
too.
penalty. If I was an umpire, I'd think about that one against Roger Cantwell, but it won't be paid. And again, it's Dennis Hines.
No, I think it's Alan Marsh. No.
Marsh it is, yes. Marsh who kicks a lovely drop punt, but held up.
Oh, great
And
grab.
a lovely grab. And no wonder this fella's kicked a lot of goals. He gets up very high and has very sure hands, Chickenmore, as he's kicked one and will kick 2 goal from only 25 to 30 metres out. Be kicking into the face of a fairly strong breeze, but that shouldn't worry him from that distance. So he's certainly allowed for the breeze, but he's judged it beautifully and split the woodwork as the second goal comes up to War, and North Geelong move away now. 4 goals, 125 on the Bayview Hotel scoreboard. They lead the Eagles 2-1-13 into time on first term, and a great first quarter effort.
Great.
Even better since the blue.
Yes, look, the players, they're teaming pretty well into these treacherous